What's up guys, it's Wayne from Gamer Gab. Still me, over here playing indie games until the next big release that's actually worth paying $80 for. While I was scrolling through the Xbox game store, I came across a little title called Pneumata. Pneumata? Whatever. It's a survival horror game developed by just one guy and set in rural Missouri. Consider my interest piqued from uniqueness alone. The reviews were mixed, but I decided to give it a play. So let's get into it.
Gamer Gab.
Go!
The first thing I noticed about this game is even though it's very dark, the game looks great. The game world shows a lot of attention to detail and it looks lived in and run down. You play as a detective who comes to the town to investigate disappearances at Clover Hill Apartments. Or have you been there before? It seems like every survival horror game has to have a sewer level, and Pneumata is no exception. But this sewer level may be one of the most tedious, madness-inducing mazes I've ever seen in a game. In fact, after spending way too long wandering around in circles with no map...
Why?
I actually looked up a YouTube video where I watched another poor soul do exactly what I'd been doing, getting more and more frustrated by the second, until he literally paused the game and looked up a YouTube video about how to get out of the sewers. It was like frustration inception or something.
How did you get here?
Full transparency, I did not finish this game. In fact, I played it much longer than I probably would have, except for a glitch I encountered early on that made me invincible. The trade-off was that I was stuck at 3% health, unable to heal, and had to play through hours of the game with that almost dead vignette on the screen, making this dark game even harder to see. My unfortunate invulnerability meant that I didn't notice how bad the combat in this game was. At some point after the sewer and the detention center, I lost my superpowers and quickly realized that the block feature was so laggy that it was useless, the destructible melee weapons were useless, and the enemy AI was completely unpredictable. Sometimes enemies would simply walk away from you like you weren't even there, and other times they would rush you from super far away. Even when I couldn't be killed, I would get swarmed by more than half a dozen enemies, out of ammo, no melee weapon, and literally have to kick all the enemies to death, which could take several minutes. While writing this video, I was reading about this game on Steam and it mentions Lovecraftian themes. I don't know, man, maybe body horror, but I didn't see anything that made me think of cosmic horror in this game at all. Unless that was a late game reveal or something. I really respect that this game was a passion project of a single guy, but this game was an exercise in frustration, and that was the part where I couldn't even be killed. Anyways, did you guys play this game, and if so, what did you think? Let me know in the comments. As always, Gamer Gab is powered by Conway Corp high-speed internet service. I'm Wayne, and I'll see you next time on Gamer Gab.
Gamer Gab.
Go!